What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Atlasverse. All right, so check it out. I play World of Warcraft. I am an avid World of Warcraft player. I have been playing World of Warcraft for, I want to say about, oh God, I'm coming up on my 8th anniversary, and that will be in June. Yeah, wow, that's crazy, man. Been playing WoW for 8 years. I don't have the distinct pleasure of being a vanilla baby. I do apologize. I've heard great things. I've heard horrible things. But with the upcoming expansion, Battle for Azeroth, I will get to experience what it was like to play vanilla. With that said, a couple things I want to talk about. Number one, I came in during Wrath of the Lich King. Probably I want to say midway. And I wasn't around for vanilla. I wasn't around for the first World of Warcraft. I wasn't around for Burning Crusade. But I have to say that going back and playing through the content, which anyone knows you have to do when entering World of Warcraft, it was just, I think Wrath of the Lich King was my favorite expansion. It was just the story, the characters, the Death Knights. I mean, it was so awesome. And I'm one of those players that I don't just spam through quests. You know what I mean? I'm not just a button clicker that wants to get through all of the NPC talking and get the quest done. I like to dive into the story. I like the lore. So once I started playing World of Warcraft, I actually started looking into the story of World of Warcraft. And man, it's amazing how vast the universe is for this game. It blew my mind. So it brings me to think, the question arose, why do you play for the faction you play for? That's the question I'm asking to you guys. I want to know why, if you're a Horde player, you play Horde. I want to know why, if you're an Alliance player, you play Alliance. I just want to go back a little bit. I said earlier, when starting out in World of Warcraft, you have to play through the first few expansions. That's not true. As we all know, one of the things that, my opinion, I personally feel slowly started to deteriorate the value of the game was that you could be a first-time player, jump in on the latest expansion, and bam, you could purchase a max level character and just jump right into the new stuff. I'm sorry, Blizzard, but I feel like that's a horrible thing to do. You should never sell a character boost. I'm sorry, because you're number one, you're robbing the quality players from being able to run through all of that content and get all of that story and that lore, and you're allowing part-time random casual players who don't really have the feel or the enjoyment for the game. They're just looking for another game to play. You allow those people to sneak in and pollute the real content. So now you got things like trade chat blowing up with trolls left and right, because these are people who play once in a blue, who bought a max level character, and they're just running through the new content talking crap to people. I mean, I'm sure everyone can relate to getting in that dungeon or being in that raid with that tank or that healer that has no clue what they're doing. They're just running amok and wiping everyone. Back when I played, I feel old to say this, but back in my day, when you wiped the group, you paid for everyone's repair cost. And back in my day, acquiring gold wasn't so easy. To have 1,000 gold was a big deal. So when you're paying for a group of 10 people or a 40-man raid, you're upset about that. You do everything in your power not to stand in the fire. You know what I'm saying? So just wanted to address that, because I know what I said. You know, I want to go back before anyone who is in depth with the game like I am says, well, wait a minute. You don't have to play through the old stuff. Me, I play through the old content. For me, that's what it's about. It's about enjoying the game. You know, I'll never forget the first time I was introduced to World of Warcraft. A buddy of mine, and the military told me about it. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I mean, you'll probably think less of me for this, but I ragged on him. I said, oh my God, you play what? Man, you are such a nerd. You are a geek. Wow. What is wrong with you? The guy at the time was in his 30s. You know, I was in my mid 20s, and I'm ragging on him. I mean, I can't really talk. I wear glasses. I love knowledge, and so I guess it kind of classifies me as a bit of a geek, a bit of a nerd. But I mean, at the time, that's not where my life was going. I had so many things that was going on in my life that I didn't have time for hobbies. And once I actually found the time for hobbies like that, man, I dived into comic books, video games. So I'm definitely a product of what I used to crack jokes on, and I think it's so funny. And I don't mind the criticism. It's hilarious. I enjoy a good joke, even if it's about me. So I remember getting on him so bad, and I went to his house for dinner one day, and I see him sitting on his laptop, and he's playing his World of Warcraft, and he says those few words. He says those few words that every gamer has heard that starts the addiction. Try this. Those 2 words. Try this. And I said, no, man, I'm not going to try that. Fine. World of Warcraft, man, that's stupid. He said, listen, take 5 minutes. Try it out. If you don't like it, you can say you tried it and you don't like it. So I said, all right. So I sat down, folks. And the first character that I ever touched the keyboard for World of Warcraft on was a druid, night elf druid, and I was immediately blown away by the free play, the natural aspect of the character running through the woods, the ambient sounds, the environment. I mean, it blew me away. I was a console gamer, so I wasn't ready for PC gaming. I mean, it started raining in Teldrassil or Teldrassil, however you want to say it, and I could hear my footsteps squishing through the grass. I could hear the rain hitting the surfaces of the roofs, and I was blown away. That's all it took for me, and ever since that day, I've been addicted. So it was amazing for me. Now, not to get off track, let's get back on track. Why did I choose the faction that I chose? Okay, so first of all, I'll let you know that I play Alliance. I have been Alliance all these years. I've tried to play Horde, and I find it difficult to switch over because I'm so comfortable. But here's why I am Alliance. Okay, so number one, the first time I started playing World of Warcraft, I played by myself. I didn't have people to teach me. A lot of people out here have chaperones and guides and Sherpas to run them through content and to tell them what to do. I didn't have that. And I didn't have a max level character boost. Because as far as I know, I could be wrong, as far as I know, there was no max level character boost in Wrath of the Lich King. Like, you came in, you started from scratch, you leveled your way up, okay? So, first character I ever made was a Horde warrior, okay? Blood elf. And I'm having the damnedest time. I can't figure, I'm getting confused on where I should be, where I should go. You know, I'm following my markers, my trackers, my quest trackers, but it's like I'm getting frustrated with some of the content because I can't get past it. I didn't have heirlooms and things like that. You know, it was my first time, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way. Well, my buddy comes to me and he says, well, you know, that's awesome that you're playing now. You know, I'm glad that I had something to do with that. But where do you play? What realm are you on? And I said, I'm on Daromir, and you know, I'm having a tough time. He said, well, what faction are you? I said, I'm Horde. He said, no, you don't want to be Horde. I said, why? I love the Horde. They look awesome. You've got orcs, you've got trolls, you've got blood elves. He's like, no, you want to be Alliance. So for the sake of getting help from him and not arguing with him, I said, listen, I'll switch over to Alliance because I need your help. He said, all right, so you're going to come to Galakrum. You're going to start on Alliance, make whoever you want, and I will help you get to max level. it's going to take time. He said, you're a console gamer. So the first thing you need to know is this could take you weeks, this could take you months. But that's the point of the game. There's no ending. You keep going, you keep playing. I said, all right, well, that's the kind of game I like, because I was always the type of console player that would fly through these games in a matter of a couple days, and then I'd be back to the store buying more games. I was blowing money. So the fact that I was paying $15 a month was nothing, because for one game on my console, it took care of 4 months of World of Warcraft. So it helped me save money, and it kept me from blowing money. So I started playing with him on Alliance side. Things were easy. I really enjoyed the races. I love the races of the Horde, but I felt like Alliance had more races that I was intrigued with. So, and by any means am I saying one faction is better than the other. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't feel like I could say that, because it's all about what you like. And I enjoy the Draenei, I enjoy the Night Elves, I enjoyed the Druids, the Night Elf Druids, sorry. I loved it. Like, I would go with a Night Elf Druid over a Tauren or Troll Druid, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the races more. I love the dwarves. I love the whole mythology around dwarves, and it's just it was crazy. It was something just outrageous to me, and I loved it. And I love the gnomes. I love the little people. So I stayed with Alliance. I played on Alliance. I got super comfortable, and still to this day, I am a full-fledged Alliance player. But my feelings of liking the Horde have never left me. I love the Horde. I'm going to be honest. Like, I love what they stand for. I love Thrall. I think Duratan is probably one of my favorite characters in all the lore. I love everything the Horde stands for. But the Horde as a whole, not specific warlords in the Horde. You know what I mean? Like, you got some people that love Thrall but hate Garrosh, and I get that. So I can't say that I like specific warlords in the Horde. I like the Horde as a whole. What the Horde stands for as a whole is awesome. Like blood and iron. I mean, how badass is that? Like, glory in battle. That's awesome. You know what I mean? So I'm Alliance player, but I love the Horde. Now, for Battle for Azeroth, I'm definitely making a Horde character, and I have to do it because I need to get comfortable on Horde side, and I need to know what it feels like to play the faction that I originally wanted to play. Now, Alliance is awesome. I'm not taking anything away from them, but I originally wanted to play Horde. And that's why I'm an Alliance player, and that's what makes me an Alliance player. I love the Alliance. I started with the Alliance. I'm still with the Alliance. All my characters are Alliance. All my max level characters are Alliance. I figured out every race's start out area. It's so comfortable to me. And I stay Alliance. But my very first tune was Horde. And though I didn't get to play too much on them, that's where I originally started. And I would like to get back into it. And I would like to play Horde from the beginning all the way up to max level, whatever the new max level is going to be. And I really want to know how it feels to be a Horde player. So, and I know that the Alliance Horde rivalry, and everyone's got their opinion, but I am going to shoot another video because I want to jump into a little bit of lore on a couple of the key characters from both sides that I think you guys would be interested in. So yeah, any World of Warcraft players out there, man, if there's something you've heard before and you don't mind hearing again, or if maybe there's something I could touch on, let me know. But I am going to shoot another video. I think I'm going to do something on Illidan. I think Illidan by far is my favorite character in all of World of Warcraft. And one of the reasons is because his story and his lore, he's so misunderstood. And I think his character is so sick, like everything he's gone through to become what he is. So I'm definitely going to do a lore video on him to the best of my knowledge. And I think I want to try and cover Sylvanas, maybe do something with her. And then I think I want to talk a little bit about Anduin. And basically that is for the Battle for Azeroth release, because they're the two heads for each faction. So I want to cover them for that. So maybe I'll do one video on Illidan, and maybe I'll do a whole separate video on Anduin and Sylvanas. So we'll see. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop down into the comments and let me know if there's anything I could touch on or improve on that you would like to see or hear. Hit the like button, subscribe, become part of the Pantheon, and yeah, thank you. So enjoy your day. It's Atlas on the Atlasverse, and I'm out. Peace.